Well, hello everyone and welcome to the Pharmaceutical Society of Australia Viatris Awards ceremony. I'm your host, Viv O'Connell, and it's my pleasure to present these awards live and online for the first time. To the PSA's members across the country, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome wherever you may be. We're bringing you these awards from the lands of the Ngunnawal and Ngambri people, and I'd like to begin by paying respect to elders and community as continuing custodians of their rich cultural heritage. And I extend that respect to all First Nations peoples across Australia. Well, these awards acknowledge the achievers of the profession, those involved in innovative practice, those who are striving to raise practice standards, and those who, through their professionalism, provide a model of practice which others strive to emulate. And today's announcements span the breadth of the profession: the Pharmacy Student of the Year, PSA MIMS Intern of the Year, Early Career Pharmacist, Pharmacist of the Year, and the Lifetime Achievement Award. And what better time to announce these awards than on the eve of World Pharmacist's Day? I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors who make this event possible. Awards ceremony partner Viatris, Excellence Awards partner Symbion, and Intern of the Year sponsor MIMS. I'd also like to thank the nominators, the judging panels, and of course the pharmacists across Australia whose contributions and achievements we're celebrating today. And now, to get the announcements underway, I'd like to introduce the PSA's National President, Chris Freeman, who I caught up with just a little earlier. Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Great to see you again. Now, the format this year for the awards, a little different of course, but does mean we have the opportunity to bring the work of Australian pharmacists to potentially a broader audience beyond the profession. What does that mean for the PSA to be able to do that this year?
Yeah, Viv, it's great to be here with you tonight, and thank you everyone for tuning in and joining us in what I'm sure will be a wonderful evening. I know we all greatly missed the opportunity to get together and meet in person, but I think the fantastic thing about this new format is that we're able to reach such a wider audience, and you can get to just tune in from the comfort of your own home. My main message to people watching along at home are the broad roles in which pharmacists can play in and across the health sector, and there are many different career pathways that they can take. The vision for PSA is that wherever a medicine is, there should be a pharmacist involved, and so people are really familiar with pharmacists in community pharmacy, in hospital pharmacy, but there are also pharmacists working in Aboriginal medical centres, general practice medical centres, in aged care facilities. There are pharmacists who will travel to a person's home to conduct a medication review, and of course there are pharmacists also working in industry and government. So we believe that everyone should have access to their local medicine expert, no matter where they are. One thing that all pharmacists have in common, though, is that we are wanting to make medicines as effective and as safe as possible for patients. So everything that we do has patient safety at its very heart, and I think you'll see that come through in our award winners tonight.
And Chris, I know you spoke last year about the challenges of 2020. Obviously those challenges have continued over the last 18 months to 2 years. Do you think that that's just reinforced in the public's mind the vital role that pharmacists play?
Yes, it's been a really difficult 18 months for everybody, and the vital role of pharmacists has been reinforced throughout the pandemic, where many pharmacies have remained open where other health professionals have shut their doors. Pharmacists have made a phenomenal contribution to the COVID-19 vaccine rollout strategy. We've recently surpassed 600,000 COVID-19 doses delivered through community pharmacy, and I know that number is much higher, including those pharmacists who have been administering vaccines in other settings. So, for example, we've had hospital pharmacists in some of the first vaccinators going into hotel quarantine, and we've had other pharmacists joining vaccination hubs. But we've been doing so much more than that. We've managed panic buying, making sure that people don't go without their essential medicines. We've delivered medicines to people's homes when they've been isolating. We've pivoted some of our services through to telehealth so that people can still get things like medication reviews. And we've found a way to make sure that vulnerable people continue to get their essential and life-saving medicines, even when their doctor may not be available. And some pharmacists have even compounded medicines when there's been global shortages. The role of the pharmacist throughout the pandemic has really emphasised how accessible and critical the pharmacy workforce actually is.
And Chris, it's not so long ago that you yourself were a recipient of an Excellence Award, and may I say, you have not aged a day in that time. Can I ask, what does it mean as a pharmacist to be acknowledged in this way through this awards program?
That's very kind of you to say, Viv, and given it's been such a difficult 18 months for many, it's more important now than ever that we come together to celebrate some of the achievements of our colleagues, but also the excellence within the profession. A special thing about these awards is that they often highlight the quiet achievers within the profession and puts a spotlight on all the wonderful work that they've been able to do. Often the work that has led to the nomination is also reflected in some of the work from many other pharmacists throughout the profession. So it's almost like the profession gets to share in the award with the winners themselves.
And Chris, World Pharmacists Day is of course tomorrow. What can you tell us about this year's theme?
Yes, Viv, tomorrow is World Pharmacist Day, and happy World Pharmacist Day to all the pharmacists out there watching tonight. This year's theme is Pharmacy, Always Trusted for Your Health. And over the past week, the PSA has been putting a spotlight on the variety of different practice areas and highlighting the many roles that pharmacists are trusted to fulfil. So I encourage you to go and check out PSA's social media channels to find those videos and posts and to share them tomorrow to celebrate World Pharmacist Day with everybody.
And Chris, before I let you go, do you have a message for the members of the PSA who are watching this evening?
Yeah, thanks Viv. My message for all the members out there is that you have really stepped up when your patients and the community has needed you the most. You've had to contend with public panic, anxiety, constantly changing regulations, medicine shortages, and unfortunately in some cases abusive behaviour. You've also had to contend with the fear of becoming sick and taking that home to your own families. Again, you have stepped up to help expedite the vaccine rollout, which is now paying significant dividends for the Australian community. Pharmacists across the country have done an incredible job to continue to put the health and welfare of your patients and your community first in increasingly difficult circumstances. I'd also like to acknowledge each and every one of you from each and every walk of practice who have remained on the front line since day one of this global health crisis. I'd also like to give a big thank you to our sponsors this evening, Viatris, who has sponsored tonight's award ceremony, as well as the Pharmacy Student of the Year Award, and our long-term sponsors, Symbion, for sponsoring the Excellence Awards, and MIMS for sponsoring the Intern of the Year Award.
Well, look, Chris, thank you so much. Great that you could join us today, and I hope you enjoy the awards.
Thank you, Viv.
And now, on to the announcements, starting with the Pharmacy Student of the Year Award. And it's my pleasure to introduce Sylvain Vigneault from awards ceremony partner Viatris to say a few words.
Thank you, Viv. I'm excited to be here with all of you tonight, although virtually, to celebrate World Pharmacist Day and the outstanding work that pharmacists do to look after the health of Australians. I'm Sylvain Vigneault, the country manager of Viatris Australia, and we're proud that we've partnered with PSA now for more than 10 years through the various legacy company of Viatris. Because in fact, Viatris is a global healthcare company which was formed in 2020 through the combination of Mylan and Upjohn, a legacy division of Pfizer. We at Viatris, we seek to empower Australians to live healthier at every stage of their life by providing access to high-quality, trusted medicine. During COVID-19 as well, during the pandemic, we further developed our virtual capability to connect with community pharmacy and a broad range of healthcare practitioners. We had to adapt to the changing needs that we see in the industry. We therefore provide information, education opportunity on products, and update in therapeutic area through those various digital platforms. We're also proud we sponsored the PSA Pharmacy Shark Tank, which took place this year in July. It was great to hear out of the innovative idea to improve patient outcomes in Australia. And finally, we're proud to also be the sponsor of the first award of tonight, the Pharmacy Student of the Year Award. This award highlights the year theme of pharmacists, which is always being trusted for your health. The winner of this award has delivered great health advice through professional counseling of patients. Congratulations from all of us at Viatris. We look forward to continue our partnership with PSA and hope to see everyone face to face next year at the PSA conference. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thanks so much, Sylvain. Well, the Pharmacy Student of the Year Award recognises and celebrates outstanding pharmacy students by showcasing their counselling skills to the pharmacy profession. And while this was presented at PSA 21, we thought we'd take this opportunity to celebrate and hear from the 2021 Pharmacy Student of the Year, Zoe Robinson from Queensland. And while we get Zoe on the line for a quick chat, here's a snippet of her in action at PSA 21.
So Zoe, we now have a customer ready for you.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm the pharmacist. How can I help you?
Hi, I just need some medicine for my next headache. I'd like to have some at home so I'm prepared next time.
Okay, no problem. Now, I just have to ask you a few questions if that's okay. Do you have time now?
Of course.
Excellent.
But this year's winner, and I'm grateful to announce, is Zoe Robinson. Zoe, congratulations. You are exceptional. You've done an amazing work. You're able to counsel perfectly. You had the best customer service, and really it shows that you are going to be a great pharmacist. Because even back when I have a look at all my years in pharmacy, seeing the people that have come through, seeing the level and the quality, I've not seen anyone come close to that. So well done. Keep doing what you do and be the best pharmacist that you can be.
And I am absolutely delighted to be joined now by Zoe Robinson, live for our first live cross of the evening. Zoe, congratulations. I'm so glad you could join us today.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, that looked pretty intimidating, what you had to go through at PSA 21 to receive this prestigious award. Can you give us a sense of what it was like to go through that?
It was certainly nerve-wracking and something that I don't think I would ever do, but very thankful that I did. And it was also inspiring to see the other students in action and how they approach each case as themselves.
We heard there that there was certainly some stiff competition and you definitely stood out in the crowd there. Can I ask, what is it you love about studying pharmacy? What's brought you to the profession?
I think being a patient-centred approach to the health profession is just phenomenal, and working within a multidisciplinary team to really make a difference to patients in the community is something that made my decision very easy.
And what are you loving about your study so far?
Definitely the fact that we do have a lot of placement and practical hours, so getting out into the workforce and meeting different walks of life and working alongside people that we wouldn't normally get the chance to. And
is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge, Zoe? I imagine you might have a few people you'd like to thank.
Very much so. So firstly, my family for encouraging me to take the leap and nominate myself for this, as well as my university academics who supported and guided me through the entire process, being Hung, Esther, Wendy, Kylie, Ada, Katie, Selena and Jude. And as well as that, my colleagues for many pop quizzes to test my knowledge and for cheering me along the way as well.
And it is, of course, World Pharmacist's Day tomorrow. Do you have a message for the other student pharmacists out there?
Yeah, so just know that the contribution to the health field is always valued and it's truly inspiring, and just get out there and give it all that you can and learn as much as you can throughout the student days.
And before I let you go, can I just ask, what does it mean to you to receive this award?
Oh, I felt so honoured to be awarded this award, and it really, I guess, recognised the hard work and experience that I've had throughout the past few years, and has given me more confidence around my patient-centred approach, especially being a soon-to-be intern pharmacist.
Well, look, congratulations once again. I'm sure you have a very bright future ahead of you, as we heard there in that little snippet from PSA 21. All the best, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you so much.
And now to the PSA MIMS Intern Pharmacist of the Year Award, which is proudly supported by MIMS. And to say a few words, I'd like to hand over to Robert Best, CEO and Executive Director of MIMS Australia.
Thanks, Viv. It's wonderful to be here again for PSA 2021. It's also wonderful to be here on the eve of World Pharmacist Day, which is on tomorrow. And in fact, the theme of World Pharmacist Day is a very interesting theme. The theme is pharmacy, always trusted for your health. And that's a key word, trust, and I'll come back to that in just a moment. My name is Robert Best. I'm the CEO of MIMS Australia and New Zealand, as well as eHealthWise Services, which is our medical claiming and billing company. In my industry role, I'm the president of the MSIA, which is the Medical Software Industry Association of Australia, which really has all the members that do prescribing software, dispensing software, hospital software, and so forth. At MIMS, we're very fortunate in that we integrate all of our medicines information to the majority of those MSIA members. Let me tell you a little bit about MIMS. We've been around for over 50 years, in fact 55 years in the Australia and New Zealand marketplace, over 40 years in Asia. We have over 2.5 million healthcare professionals who access our content on a daily basis. We are in 17 countries with over 32 offices and nearly 900 staff. Of our 900 staff, approximately 150 staff are medical and clinical writers and editors with a pharmacy background. So we have a large team that curates information to make sure it becomes available to you through a range of products. That can be eMIMS Cloud, MIMS Online, iMIMS or Android MIMS, even our MIMS printed book, which has been around for quite a while. Let me talk about the year that's been, COVID. It's been a very difficult year for all of us. I'd like to just take a moment to thank all of the pharmacists and the wonderful work they have done. The contribution they make at a community level, the trust that patients have with their pharmacist at their local pharmacy, the fact that patients can go in and talk to a pharmacist about their medications during these difficult times. I would like to thank all of you. This month we have the Moderna vaccine being rolled out through pharmacy, and it's pharmacists that will make a big difference to getting our vaccination rates up. So thank you. Okay, let's now talk about trust. MIMS is one of the most trusted brands in Australian healthcare, and we are delighted to be a part of the PSA MIMS Intern of the Year Award. This person who has won the award has also won the trust of a lot of their peers. This person has rolled out professional services into their pharmacy. They have worked very closely with young students and other interns. They've had to relocate their home life, work in an environment with COVID, work under the pressure of bushfires as well, and they have become very well respected, trusted and regarded by all of their peers and those around them in the industry. So it's with great pleasure that MIMS is a part of this award and that we have found a fantastic recipient. On that note, I will hand over to Viv. Congratulations to the award winner, and Viv will take you through some further details. All the best, take care, and thank you.
Thank you, Robert and MIMS, for your support. Well, nominees for the Intern of the Year Award are judged on their achievement in pharmacy leadership, their commitment to patient care and the safe use of medicines, initiative in pharmacy service delivery, as well as peer and professional engagement. And so, without any further ado, the recipient of the 2021 PSA MIMS Intern of the Year Award is Erin Cooper from the ACT.
I just really love the people, particularly in community pharmacy. You tend to see the same people over and over again and build relationships. You're not just looking at a name on a script, but you're actually learning about the person.
Erin Cooper is an exemplar intern pharmacist, not only inspiring the Capital Chemist team, but also her peers more widely across Australia as NAPSA president.
I became a member of the Orange Pharmacy Students Association at my local university branch in my first year of uni, and then had the opportunity to attend my first NAPSA Congress at the end of my first year. From there I met lots of other like-minded pharmacy students all across Australia, some of whom I'm still very close to and work with today. And it showed me that it wasn't just me from my small branch that was this interested. There was people all over Australia that were just as engaged as I was. I became publications chair in my third year of uni and moved on to president in my final year, which was really a great experience, not only meeting students from all across Australia, but so many pharmacy professionals and people in leadership roles in other areas of pharmacy. So I've not only made friends with the students, but also networking connections, which I think I'll hold through the entirety of my pharmacy career.
Always willing to show initiative and help another person, she took the initiative to develop a NAPSA intern guide to help all interns, liaising with all major pharmacy stakeholders to develop the document.
I'm excited for where our role as a pharmacist is expanding to, particularly with the increase of vaccinations we can provide and professional services and the way that they're building in the pharmacy, and I'm excited to see what new things we'll be able to achieve in those roles in the future.
A team player who is well respected by patients and staff alike, she has run numerous health promotions, built rapport with patients, and is a most worthy recipient of the PSA's Intern of the Year Award.
It's pretty exciting to know that what I've done, not only in my workplace but through all my leadership stuff over the time during my intern year, has not only improved my role as a pharmacist but obviously had an impact on others around me, and it's really lovely to be acknowledged for that.
Congratulations, Erin Cooper. And I am absolutely delighted to say that we have Erin Cooper on the line, joining us live, and it looks like she's hard at work in the pharmacy. Erin, thank you so much for joining us. I saw the door open a moment ago. It looks like you might be whisked away at any moment.
Yeah, I think there's someone waiting for the room after me.
Oh dear, okay. Well, we know what an important job you guys are doing there, so I'll try not to keep you long. But first of all, Erin, congratulations. And can I ask, how does it feel to receive this award?
I'm very excited and honoured to have been acknowledged by PSA and my peers who nominated me for this award. I'm also very humbled to be recognised by the profession during these crazy times. Pharmacists, interns, students, pharmacy assistants are all working tirelessly across the country to ensure that the best support and care is provided to all our patients, and the whole profession should be celebrated.
They certainly should. Can you give us a sense of what your day's been like or what the week holds for you? I know things are incredibly busy at the pharmacy there.
Yeah, so we picked up the Moderna vaccine yesterday, so been busy putting lots of vaccines in arms all day.
All right, well, we'll try not to keep you too long from that, but I imagine you've probably got some people you'd like to acknowledge or thank.
Yeah, I think I'd just like to thank everyone I've met in my pharmacy family and everyone I've met and worked with on my pharmacy journey so far. I think I'd especially like to thank Honor, Elise and the staff at Capital Chemist Waniasa for providing such an encouraging and nurturing intern environment despite the difficult times that were presented to us last year.
And a unique opportunity to give a message to the profession here. Erin, is there anything you'd like to say?
I think just continue what we're doing. Stay strong during these times. Everyone's doing a fabulous job and I wish you all the best.
Hear, hear. Well said. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us, Erin. I'll let you get back to the very, very important work you guys are doing down at Waniasa, and I hope you have a great evening.
You too.
next 3 categories, Early Career Pharmacist, Pharmacist of the Year and the Lifetime Achievement Award, are part of the PSA's Symbion Excellence Awards. And it's my pleasure to hand over to Symbion CEO Brett Barrons, who sent through this message.
Thanks, Viv, and hello everyone. It's great to be with you today. May I also acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we individually meet today. I acknowledge these owners' connection and care to their land and communities, and I pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging. As the sponsor of the PSA Excellence Awards, it is a pleasure to introduce these awards today. I'll be honest with you, I'm really disappointed I cannot be with you again this year, and I look forward to the time when we can all be in the room together, hopefully next year. And against that backdrop, I would like to congratulate Chris, Mark and the PSA team in ensuring these awards have continued to go on. It is not easy, so well done to the entire team. It is with great pleasure that I represent Symbion today. The PSA Excellence Awards are the preeminent individual awards in our industry. And as I mentioned to Mark recently, being involved in these awards is one of the most enjoyable parts of my role, and this year will be our 17th straight year of sponsoring the awards. We are extremely proud of our long association. All the nominations this year have had amazing careers, and from within the industry we all know how inspiring they are. It's therefore wonderful to see that the rest of the community has recognised the incredible role Australian pharmacists are playing at the moment at the front line. So it's a big congratulations to today's winners. To firstly be nominated by your peers out of all those in the industry is outstanding, and then to win the award from such an impressive shortlist is an amazing achievement. You should feel extremely proud of the role you have played in shaping so many lives. Our purpose at Symbion is to connect communities to care, and this purpose is certainly consistent with what this year's winners have always done. So I congratulate the winners. Thank you again to Chris, Mark and the PSA for the opportunity for Symbion to sponsor the awards, and I look forward to continuing our involvement with the awards next year. Thank you.
Thanks, Brett and Symbion, for your long-standing support of these awards. Well, the next announcement is the Early Career Pharmacist Award, which recognises outstanding contributions by these crucial stakeholders in the Australian pharmacy sector. And I'd like to give a shout out to the 2020 recipient, Samuel Catenpar from the NT. Hi Sam, if you're watching. And now to the announcement. The 2021 Early Career Pharmacist Award is presented to Maria Berbecaru from Tasmania. Maria Berbecaru is a pioneer in clinical pharmacy practice in aged care, implementing, in partnership funding with Masonic Care Tasmania, the first integrated community pharmacy delivered medication supply and embedded residential clinical pharmacist model in an aged care facility in Australia.
It all started during my internship. I was lucky enough to trail a visiting consultant pharmacist who came up to conduct some medication reviews. I also witnessed the discussions between the pharmacist and the local GP surrounding the medication problems and the suggestions put forward by the pharmacist. I was quite intrigued at how well received the suggestions were by the GP from the pharmacist, and also at the significant impact a pharmacist could have on a resident. My role is quite diverse and involves daily ward visits to each of the nurses' station to address any medication-related queries the nurses on duty may have, attend to any medication changes that may have occurred to ensure that the change is clearly communicated to all members involved in the resident's care. I regularly conduct medication reviews, medication swallowing reviews, as well as 3 monthly psychotropic reviews. I also undertake a medication reconciliation during a resident's transition of care. So for example, into and out of hospital. I am available for residents and their family members to answer any medical related query they may have. I assist the GPs with their rounds by answering any medication related clinical query. I provide support on drug selection, on dosages, prescription writing, and on occasions I attend family conferences. So I would say the unpredictability of the role is what I enjoy most about it. Every day is different and presents with different challenges, which keeps me on my toes.
Maria has laid the path for a future workforce of aged care pharmacists with a model that will go a long way in addressing medicine safety and the quality use of medicines in aged care.
Our vulnerable older population within residential aged care facilities are at significantly higher risk of medication-related harm compared to any other members of our society. So with the right support, the right guidance and a sustainable funding model in place, embedded residential clinical pharmacists will become the norm, who will be pivotal members of the healthcare team to promote safe prescribing, safe administration and usage of medicines, minimising the risk of any medication-related harms and improving the quality of care for the resident.
Congratulations, Maria Berbecaru. And joining us live now from Hobart, we have Maria Berbecaru on the line. Maria, congratulations. Nice to see you again.
Hey Viv, how you going? Nice to see you.
Well, look, congratulations once again on receiving this award. Can I begin by asking, what does it mean to you to be acknowledged in this way?
Oh look, Viv, as my very first nomination as a professional, I feel extremely honoured and fortunate to be chosen as the winner amongst such a group of highly talented individuals. This recognition for me is motivating, but also a reminder that the work I do on a daily basis matters. My team, you guys know who you are. For all those who have supported me, taught me, and tolerated me, this is a collective win because I wouldn't have achieved what I have without you guys.
Is there anyone that you'd like to single out in particular there, Maria?
Everyone's played their part, from the guys at the pharmacy, the back end, making this operation run smoothly, to the owners, to the guys at the facility. It is a collective win.
And on this eve of World Pharmacists Day, do you have a message to other early career pharmacists out there who may be watching?
Yeah, so I'd like to say for all those pharmacists who have an interest in aged care or are on the fence about this area of practice, I encourage you guys to take the leap and give it a go because it is a very satisfying role.
And any other messages before I let you free to enjoy the rest of the night?
No, that's all, Viv.
Excellent. Short and sweet. Well, thanks so much for joining us and congratulations once again, Maria, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you very much, Viv. Stay safe.
And now to the Pharmacist of the Year. Nominees' contributions for this award may cover research, practice innovation, community service or advancing pharmacy practice. And I'd like to acknowledge last year's winner, Kay Dunkley. Hi Kay, if you're watching. And the 2021 award for Pharmacist of the Year is presented to Linda Badewaitz-Dodd from New South Wales.
I'm a bit of a people person and I like helping people even if they don't want it. We get lots and lots of visitors here, and when people come from other places and go, this is the most beautiful, wonderful pharmacy and you have marvellous staff, it does make you very, very proud.
Linda Badewaitz-Dodd is a shining example of a community pharmacist excelling in patient care, innovative professional practice and community service.
We're moving more, I think, and for the betterment to the professional services rather than supply. Here we've got multiple pharmacists who are working. We've got an RN on our staff, not just as a consultant who comes in, she's a permanent member of staff. We are offering a huge array of professional services, vaccinations, sleep apnea, wound dressing, injectable medications, a whole lot of things which I never dreamt of 10 years ago. So that's all wonderful and exciting. We need as a profession to all step up, essentially. We need to all be providing a service that is part of an integrated healthcare model. Collaborating with other health professionals and allied health professionals is where we need to be if we want to stay in the space.
During the recent bushfires, Linda provided emergency support to the community in the face of fire threatening her own home. With her business partner Tanya Dwyer, their pharmacy team also supported people evacuated from nearby towns during this devastating crisis.
Pharmacy is really, really important, and nothing, I think, has brought it more home than we had bushfires in Tathra, and I live in Tathra, and a lot of my friends lost houses, and that sense of coming together to support people was really, really important. And then the bushfires again here in 2020, when it was just horrific, and people were coming here after they'd lost their houses, their medication. We were a point of stability and of sanity. People would come here, and if we were calm, they were calm. So in that time, I was probably giving out more hugs than drugs, I think. But very, very important part of the community, and very approachable and visible. And we were here every day of the week. I don't think that I do much more than anybody else. My business partner, for example, this could be her award as well, and I know many, many other pharmacists who are doing magical and wonderful things and are absolutely fantastic for our profession. I'm just a pharmacist doing my thing for my community and my customers, so, that's what I do. That's what a pharmacist is.
Congratulations, Linda Badewaitz-Dodd. And Linda Badewaitz-Dodd joins us now live and again from the pharmacy, I believe. Linda, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And yes, live from the pharmacy. We did close at 5:30. We are having a little drink with my business partner over here, another pharmacist, daughter and second husband.
Fantastic. Is that a gin and tonic in your hand there, Linda? Looks like a G&T.
Of course it is.
Excellent, excellent. Well, look, thank you for making the time to join us. And, hats off to regional pharmacists. What an extraordinary job you guys are doing at these difficult times. Can I begin by asking what it means to you to receive this recognition, Linda?
I was stunned, absolutely stunned, but very, very honoured. As I've said in that video, it could be so many people. I do know a lot of extraordinary pharmacists. I've worked with some of them. As I said, this could be Tanya's award as well. I'm very, very honoured, but I am humbled, and I think that everybody deserves this award, not just me.
Well, Linda, is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge or thank? Obviously, your business partner who's sitting there with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody. We have a wonderful staff, and that's what makes this place work. You're only as good as your weakest link, and we're very fortunate to have a very strong team here, which is wonderful. Obviously, I think one of the younger people today said everybody who's actually they've had an interaction with in their professional career. We don't have time for all of that because I've been around for a fair while, as you can see. But I've had a wonderful opportunity through the various things I've done in my life to meet some extraordinary people and to engage with them. And so that has actually been wonderful, and all the support and the connection that you have with your peer group and people you've met through your career is a very, very valuable resource, and I'm very, very thankful to be part of a group that I can connect with. It's wonderful.
And Linda, we are on the eve of World Pharmacists Day, and you've probably heard me ask this question of some of the other recipients, but do you have a message for pharmacists, potentially also younger pharmacists, about the profession?
Well, I think I'd like to employ a couple of the people who you've just had on, so thanks very much. So if they can give me their number, that would be awesome. I think we need to be adaptable. We need to embrace change. We need to not be afraid of change, and to recognise just how important we can be within a collaborative healthcare team. We know our stuff, and we just need to be brave and proud enough to go out and shout it from the rooftops. So don't be afraid. You are an integral part of provision of healthcare, and you need to sort of grab that by wherever you'd like to grab it from and run with it.
And a chance for you to sell your pitch to some of those younger pharmacists we've spoken to this evening. You are in a regional area. What are the benefits of working somewhere like Merimbula and being part of a community like that?
Oh, well, Merimbula, and shall we say the far south coast, is the most beautiful place in the world. I could be a little bit biased. We're close to the snow. We can go skiing. We can, swim at the beach in the morning, go skiing in the afternoon. But the sense of community is very, very important, and we are noticing it particularly now through these times with COVID. We're very blessed to be able to come to work and interact with people when so many of our friends who may be in metropolitan areas are locked in their house and they can go out for an hour. I mean, pharmacists are different because we all can go to work, but you still get that communication, and being able to help in a sometimes very helpless situation is very rewarding, and we can do that really well down here in Merimbula. It's beautiful.
Well, Linda, you might be getting a few phone calls after this. Don't be surprised. But look, on that note, I'll let you go and enjoy and celebrate. Thank you once again for joining us, and congratulations on this outstanding achievement. Have a great night.
Thank you so much. And also thank you to Symbion for sponsoring the award. I really appreciate that. Cheers, Viv.
And now to the final category, the Lifetime Achievement Award. To be eligible for this prestigious award, the pharmacist will have made exemplary contributions to the 11 Actions for Change, as outlined in the PSA's Pharmacists in 2023 report. Previous recipients have included Louis Roller, Ross Brown, Bill Kelly, and of course, last year's recipient and the first woman to receive this award, Debbie Rigby. This year, the jury have awarded 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards. The first is presented to the late John Ware.
Pharmacy was the bedrock of John's life. He contributed to the profession for over 70 years. There were national contributions through the Victorian branch of PSA as a member of the council there, and then as president, and of course also as national president of PSA Australia. He had major contributions for about 20 years into the International Pharmaceutical Federation, the Western Pacific Forum here in our part of the world, and eventually as the director of the FIP Foundation. John was passionate about the role of community pharmacy especially, and it was through his community pharmacy in Seymour where he was able to pioneer many of the processes and methodologies between community pharmacy, medical doctors and nurses working in a collaborative, patient-focused manner. He was before his time the way he did that, and indeed it was his view of education, of workforce competency standards that he then led as a means of being able to embed those practices that we take for granted today. They're almost normal today, but he was one of the real pioneers in this country that has led to what we now call collaborative care. John made pharmacy in Victoria through what was the Victorian College of Pharmacy and now the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences at Monash University. He was the architect of that. If we actually go back to the early 1980s, the plan that had got through to a memorandum of understanding was for the College of Pharmacy, as it was, to amalgamate with the University of Melbourne. John was the chair of the council at the time, and it became clear that that potential amalgamation was going down the wrong pathway. So John took the bold decision, it was controversial at the time, to explore amalgamation with Monash University instead. And that amalgamation with Monash University was really what has set the college, that is now called the faculty of course, up for what it has become today. John's contribution to the community and to pharmacy more broadly is that he allowed it to have ambition. He took it away from a transactional role and he helped lead the profession from education, from young pharmacists, mid-career pharmacists to more established pharmacy programs. He really encouraged them to have ambition, to do good. It required a framework, it required political support, it required the right leaders to work together in a collaborative manner across the whole country to have that ambition to reposition pharmacy to the outward-facing, community-focused, patient-centric way that pharmacy is today and indeed must become even more of into the future. He was a family-focused person, and Nariel, his wife, was just an incredible contributor, supporter. She worked with him. Yes, it was John Ware, but it was John and Nariel together. I think it's just so wonderful, so fitting for him to be recognised through this Lifetime Achievement Award from PSA. Well done, John, and well done, PSA.
Thank you to Bill Sharman for those remarks, and on behalf of the PSA, I'd like to extend congratulations to John's family and in particular to Nariel Ware. And a Lifetime Achievement Award is also presented to Valerie Constable.
I went to the Victorian Pharmacy College, now the faculty of Monash University, and there I met Bob, the love of my life, and we married in 1956, and in 1958 we opened our own pharmacy in Pascoe Vale South. We lived above the pharmacy and we stayed there for 36 years. We watched the children grow up, we saw the people through serious illnesses. I loved that involvement in being able to take care of them.
A humble and highly regarded professional, Valerie Constable was a trailblazer for women in pharmacy, breaking through the glass ceiling through outstanding commitment, integrity and professionalism.
I was coming home in the bus and the president at the time was Tam Lynden-Bell, and he asked me if I would stand for PSAB council. And against all the things I'd been taught at school, I said, oh no, I don't do things like that. And as soon as I got off the bus, I thought, why did I say that? And fortunately, David Newgreen asked me again, and this time I accepted. I was only the third female councillor for Victoria in over 130 years. And when I became president, I was the first female president that they'd had. I was welcomed heartily and helped along the way, especially by the CEO at the time, who was Alistair Lloyd. He guided me through all the intricacies of council and presidency, and later with the development of the PSS.
Val's principles are epitomised by PSS, the anonymous volunteer support services that she helped establish and led for many years.
The PSS became my passion for the next 25 years. It was a bit doubtful at the time, but I was absolutely positive of the need, and I put my hand up and said, I really think that PSA should do this. PSA represents all pharmacists. If anybody should do it, it should be PSA. We asked for volunteers, and we had lots of volunteers to come forward. Did training, and it just went from there, grew and grew, and now it's national, which is great.
She has worked to improve communication between GPs, pharmacists and consumers, and served on the National Asthma Campaign Board, educating pharmacists in asthma recognition and management, and developing the Asthma Management Plan.
I don't know where the passion comes from, but I think it was listening to the callers. You could hear the relief in their voice when you made them realise that it wasn't the end of the world, that there was a way out of the difficulty. And the more I can support them, the more I would.
Always working in collaboration with others, Val has raised the practice of pharmacy through her efforts and by the example she has set over a lifetime of dedicated practice. Congratulations, Valerie Constable. And at the end of that interview, we were able to have a quick chat with Valerie to ask what it meant to her to receive this award.
I'm very honoured to receive this award. At the same time, I'm humbled, I'm delighted, and I'm very happy. There are quite a few people that I would like to acknowledge. First of all, my dear husband, Bob, who supported me in everything that I aspired to. I want to acknowledge my co-achiever, John Ware, an amazing person who achieved so much for the pharmacy profession. I'd like to acknowledge the PSAB counsellors who welcomed me to the council when there was no other female there. I'd like to acknowledge Alistair Lloyd, who guided me through all the intricacies of life on council and being president. The staff at the PSAB office, who were so enthusiastic and encouraging when we formed PSS, and that was Nariel Bennett-Ware and Judy Sinclair. I would also like to acknowledge Kay Dunkley, without whom PSS would never have progressed to this level that it has. But most of all, I really want to acknowledge the PSS volunteers. They are such a dedicated, caring bunch of people. They are the backbone of PSS. My message to my peers and to young pharmacists is keep up the good work. I know this is a very stressful time that you're going through. I want you to protect your physical and mental health, and also the mental and physical health of your colleagues. Just check on them. Be sure they're okay, and if necessary, ring the PSS. 1300 244 910. I also would like to tell you a rule that I tried to live by, and I tried to teach our trainees. When your customer, client, patient, whatever you're calling them, leaves your place of work, just be sure that you've done your absolute utmost with the best knowledge you have at the moment, that you've done your utmost to help that person, and they will have great trust in you. They will be happy and you will be happy. That's your reward for being a caring, practicing pharmacist.
Well said, Valerie, and congratulations once again. Before we bring the awards to a close, I'd like to acknowledge the 2020 and 2021 Fellows of the Society. Fellowship of the Pharmaceutical Society of Australia is a prestigious achievement awarded to PSA members who have demonstrated significant achievement in pharmacy practice or provided an outstanding contribution to the profession or PSA for an extended period of time. The 2020 Fellows are Lucian Kelly, Simone Diamandis, Patricia Payne and Dr Tin Fei Sim. And the PSA welcomes as Fellows in 2021 Catherine Bronger, Taryn Gill, Professor Beverly Glass, Warren Del Grand, Dr Kenneth Lee, Joyce McSwan, Rachel Rees, Pat Reed and Anne Todd. And we look forward to having you join us for the Fellows Dinner to be held at PSA 22. And as Chris Freeman mentioned at the beginning of the awards ceremony, tomorrow is indeed World Pharmacist's Day. And to mark this occasion, the Minister for Health and Aged Care, the Honourable Greg Hunt, has sent through this message for the PSA members.
Well, welcome everybody to the Pharmaceutical Society of Australia's World Pharmacist's Day for 2021. It is actually a perfect day for this. This is the day when so many Australian pharmacies will be receiving the deliveries of the first Moderna vaccine. Some will have already received it, but others will also be receiving it. And this week, 1,800 pharmacies will add to the over 3,500 that have been engaged in the AstraZeneca rollout. I want to thank you for that. As we speak, almost 600,000 vaccines have been delivered through pharmacies, but I suspect over the coming weeks a lot more will be delivered. And what that means is that particularly during the New South Wales and Victorian and ACT outbreaks, you've made a massive difference. You've reached out to people, you've protected lives, and many of those may not otherwise have engaged with the health system but for their pharmacists. So I want to acknowledge that and acknowledge that this week over 1,800 pharmacies start on Moderna. Next week another 1,800 pharmacies will start on Moderna. And this is a really exciting moment because it's protecting Australians, it's expanding the scope of practice for pharmacies, but it's laying down markers for the future because all our expectation is that COVID will be with us for the foreseeable future. Annual boosters are presumed to be likely, that's certainly what we're planning for, and as a result, we will need our full primary care system to be involved. And so the next few weeks, please reach out, call those that you know who may not engage with the health system. It might be from a vulnerable community, Indigenous, non-English speaking background, disability. If you don't think they've had their vaccine, please ask them. Just test with as many people as possible, and every single person you vaccinate could save their lives, could save the lives of their friends and family, and can protect the community. The next thing, of course, is during COVID more generally, you've stayed open. You've kept serving Australians. You've been taking care of Australians, and what an immensely important gift that has been. We've done our bit to assist with e-prescriptions, home dispensing and home delivery support, and in particular, continuous prescriptions and continuous dispensing. So all of these things have changed the face of pharmacy as well as protected the community, and I just want to thank you for that. Finally, together with the PSA and the Guild, for the first time the PSA was a signatory to the 7th CPA, and we know there are over 31,000 pharmacists in Australia, that you have over 5,500 community pharmacies. Significantly, what this agreement does, it expands to over $18 billion, the funds being contributed over the current 5 years. That's an immense investment in pharmacy. It's an immense investment in the health of our community. You're the deliverers, and with that certainty, it puts you, I think, in a much stronger place because it has very clear floors to the prices, the payment guarantees, a unique feature of the 7th CPA. And I want to thank the PSA for their work, but acknowledge all of our pharmacists for your work during COVID, but particularly during the vaccine program. And over the next 3 weeks, please reach out, search out and ask and find and text those that you don't think may have had a vaccine, and to please encourage as many people as possible to be vaccinated. Take care and happy World Pharmacist Day.
Thank you, Minister. And a reminder to everyone to hop on the PSA's social media channels tomorrow as they celebrate the day. And that brings the evening to a close. I'd like to congratulate the award recipients once again and also acknowledge the extraordinary contribution of the profession to the lives of so many people, particularly at this difficult time. Thank you also to awards ceremony partner Viatris, Excellence Awards partner Symbion, and Intern of the Year sponsor MIMS. And to Sylvain, Vigneault, Robert Best and Brett Barrons, thank you for being part of the announcements tonight. We really appreciate your messages this evening. Thank you once again for joining me. It's been a pleasure to be your host. Take care, stay safe, and have a great evening.